Hello everyone, I am finally back after a whole year. Surprise, I am preggers. For those of you who didn't know, and for those of you who don't know me, I'm Sally. Thanks for joining, and for those who do know me, hey y'all, what's up? Let's see, I am pregnant. I am 36 weeks pregnant. 36. I am basically done. I am so tired. So I just want to give you guys kind of like a brief update of my 36 weeks of pregnancy and just how everything's going and how my pregnancy is going. Fill you guys in a little bit. Okay, so let's get into it. So I am 36 weeks pregnant. I am having another baby boy and I am so excited. My son Ronan is actually in school today. Not today, but this was his first week and he did like amazing, just except in the mornings. In the mornings when I try to wake him up and like say, hey, it's time for school, you know, he's just like, mom, no, I'm not ready. And I'm just like, let's go, dude, we cannot be late. And once we get into the class, he's more calm about it. I think I was more emotional than him on his first day. I actually cried, but then again, a lot of that I blame on like all the pregnancy hormones because there's a lot going on in here. My body's working really hard to build this baby. His first day was great. He TMI ended up pooping at school, which is really good because he gets like really shy about it. So even when he's home, he's like, don't look at me, close the door, like you know, just like he wants his privacy. And at school, like their stalls are actually like open and the kids can see each other because he is in a preschool. But his teacher says that he's doing like super good. Ronan is a very picky eater, so with like the cafeteria food and all, I was like worried. I was like, oh my gosh, my poor baby is not gonna eat. What am I gonna do? But you know, kids get used to it. So he's doing really well, and I'm just so nervous the fact that he's in school and I get so bored now that I'm home. So let's see. I've worked all the way up until this past Tuesday. This past Tuesday was my last day of work. My doctor was like, that's enough. I kind of wanted to keep going, and you know, he joked around, my doctor joked around, and he was like, well, then you might as well have that baby in the office. And I was like, oh, I just don't want to stop working. I feel like if I stop, then my body's kind of going to start slowing down. And I'm actually very grateful because with my first pregnancy, guys, it was horrible. I was in the hospital the whole year, in and out, of course. I was there for a couple weeks, then a couple months, then it was a lot of stress. I didn't get to move a lot. I remember for around Christmas time, my first son was born in May. So I was pregnant around Christmas time and all of that. And I just remember being in the hospital and being so like depressed, you know, listening. I would only be able to watch movies and stuff like that and talk to everybody over the phone, but it was very depressing. So I remember I just, like the day before Christmas, I told my doctor, I was like, I'm going home, bye. And he was just like, you need to stay in the hospital. And anyways, point is, I went against that. There was conditions, of course, in order for me to go home. And I did, and then I came back. I came back very soon after. I passed Valentine's Day in the hospital with my first son. My labor with my first son was about like 38 hours. And I was in labor for 38 hours. Active labor, I'm not exactly sure. And I pushed for a total of 2 full hours. 2 hours of pushing, and it was very stressful. There's just a lot going on. So that's a little update about Ronan and just how he's doing in school. And I'm just so excited that he's in school. We went shopping and got him his little shoes and his backpack. His backpack we actually bought in Mexico while we were out in Mexico. It was a Minecraft backpack, and he was just like, oh, Dad, I gotta have it. And of course, his dad was like, okay, we'll buy it. So they got him his backpack, and he's just doing so well. And he's not here with me, and I wish he was, so that he can be sitting here talking to you guys too. I kept debating about making these these videos like over and over again. I was like, should I not? And then I was like, I'm at the end of my pregnancy, I might as well update them about my whole pregnancy. Oh my gosh, it feels like the Sahara Desert in my mouth. I get such bad cotton mouth and I get so thirsty, and I drink a lot of water. So yes, that was a little update about Ronan. He's finally in preschool. He's loving it. I go to pick him up. He doesn't even want to leave. But then in the mornings he doesn't want to go, so it's a little like and I have to encourage him. I'm like, you're gonna make friends and it's gonna be so much fun. You're gonna color and you're gonna sing. I try to encourage him every morning because, you know, I want to make sure that he's comfortable at school. And I think that was one of my fears was, oh my gosh, what if he gets bullied, or what if kids push him around? Because little kids can be very, very mean. And Ronan is just not a mean kid. Like, he gets pushed and he's just like, are you okay? Are you upset? Are you mad? And I'm just like, no, you have to make sure to tell them not to push you and to be nice to you. And if they hit you, you have to tell a teacher. Anyways, I am 36, almost 37 weeks pregnant, and literally tomorrow I'm 37 weeks basically. So I'm there. I can pop any day now. My water can break. I can go into labor, which is what I really, really want. That's what my doctor and I really want, is to just naturally go into labor, because being induced, like with my son, with Ronan, it was, like I said, it was a traumatic experience. It's kind of scary actually. I just want to go, we want to go into like labor naturally versus being induced or having a C-section or an emergency C-section. I have felt like I'm getting a little sick. My body's kind of giving me signals like, hey, we're about to get sick. I can feel it in my chest. I have chronic illnesses where certain things, once I start getting sick, it attacks certain parts of me, especially my respiratory system. And of course, if I'm not breathing, baby's not breathing. So I have specialists who are in communication with each other throughout my pregnancy, where they're like, okay, well, this is what's going on with her and this is what's going on with her. And it's, of course, it's a medical group, so they kind of like, they talk to each other and they let each other know like, hey, is this a good time? My OB might be saying, you know what, pregnancy wise she's doing great, and then my pulmonary doctor might say, you know what, her lungs are not stable, we need to induce or we need to do a C-section. And it's basically up to the doctors and up to my body, depending on how it goes. But I just keep praying and keep my fingers crossed that I do go into labor naturally and I am able to write it out. I've never made it this far. With Ronan, I was induced exactly at 35 weeks. So I've never made it past that with him. So I'm just a little nervous because it's getting harder. You know, with Ronan, my feet look like fat tamales, and like, it's just horrible. I was so swollen and just so because I was in and out of the hospital, and they were giving me steroids and they were giving me fluids, and you know, of course, all of that stuff just swells you up like a big balloon. And it was painful too. I remember it was hard to wear shoes or fit into my shoes and stuff. And with this pregnancy, it's been a blessing. I haven't been hospitalized. Well, I have been hospitalized, but I've gotten sick, just not the way I did with my first pregnancy. And I'm just super grateful that this little guy is like writing it out. And we don't even have a name for him, guys. Oh my gosh. We are so undecisive about the name. It's so hard to choose names. Like, I just want it to be something that he's gonna love growing up, because even if he doesn't love it, it's like, you're stuck with a kid. I'm sorry. So yeah, well, that's that. And we're just really excited to meet this little one. I think that's gonna be one of my last ultrasounds. So I'm excited to see baby. And I'm saying baby because, like I said, I don't know his name, and I'm so sorry. Like, if he ever looks back at this video like, dang mom, you know, and I kind of feel bad sometimes, but hey, it is what it is. I personally didn't want to know the gender until like the baby was born, but my husband was like, I want to know. So I'm just really excited because I have 2 mama's boys. I have to stretch. Oh. So talking about sleep is horrible. I don't get much sleep, which is okay because it's kind of like preparing my body, because regardless, I'm not gonna get any sleep. I feel like once you become a parent, who are we kidding? We don't sleep. But but I'm just continuously up. Ow. And he gets uncomfortable in there. He's like, hey, he's like letting me know there's not a lot of space. So sleep sucks, but it's all right. Sometimes I can like sleep through most of the night, not really, because I have to get up to pee a lot, even when I'm not drinking water. And I get very cotton mouth, like I'm so thirsty all the time, and then especially in this heat, and I do so much. I'm always walking, I'm always trying to find something to clean, and everybody's like, relax, sleep, lay in bed, you know, watch movies, take it easy. And I just can't, like physically my body when I'm laying in bed, I'm like, oh my God, it's so daunting. Like I'm like, oh, I have to get up and do something, whether it's organizing makeup or Ronan's clothes or our shoes, or I think like last week I pulled a big piece of furniture into the living room, and my husband got home and he's like, what do you think you're doing? You're crazy. And I mean, yes, that was crazy of me to do that because it's a very heavy piece of furniture and I shouldn't have done it, but I just feel like, oh, I just have to move all the time. I just have to be moving, which is good because it's keeping me active and, you know, going on walks and stuff. And I really want to go walk and pick up Ronan from his school because it's actually not too far from here. It's like a 5-minute drive, but walking it's about 30 minutes. So it's like a good hour walk. But in this heat, my doctors are like, no. As it is, they kind of want me on bed rest, and I'm like, please, no, I don't want bed rest. I'll lose my mind. So yeah, I pee continuously because I drink, well, lots of fluids and lots of liquids, which is really good too. My first pregnancy, my breasts got super engorged, like I feel like milk coming in around like 7.5 months of my pregnancy. With this one, I'm barely starting to feel anything, so I'm kind of nervous. I'm kind of hoping that my milk does come in. I'm pretty sure it will because with Ronan I was like a milk factory, just like milk everywhere. Ronan just eats continuously all the time, and with this one I'm just hoping that it does come too because I want to breastfeed him exclusively, but it might not happen. So RJ really wants to bond with the baby, so, and I can't necessarily take off my boob and put it on his chest, so we got the Nano Bebe bottles since they look like the boob, and they're, so I'm gonna breastfeed the baby and I'm gonna pump so that we can put the milk into the Nano Bebe bottle and RJ can bond with the baby since he really wants to be part of that, and which is amazing actually. And I'm just really hoping that my milk comes in right around the time I give birth or right after. That's usually how it goes anyways. So I bought the haka, which is, it's funny because in my husband's culture, the haka is actually like a cultural dance. It's like their ancestors, and it's just, this is, I think it's funny. It's, I don't know, I think it's a cool name. Well, anyways, it's called haka and it's a silicone breast pump. And it looks like this. And it came in just like a little brown container. Right when I opened it, it's a very strong chemically, like super chemical. Look, and again, it's plastic. So it has a hair. Okay. And I hope it's my hair. It's just like this. It's about the size of my hand. And it has little designs on it, but there's this one. This I got through Walmart actually because it was only like 13 bucks, and at Target I believe it goes for 20 something dollars, and it has a base and it has this little flower that pops into it. One of my coworkers' daughters actually breastfeeds her daughter. She talked to me about this and she said that she loves it, so I'm gonna try it out. I know that they have the other ones with that just latch on. You can like slip it into your bra, but this one you're supposed to like bend back and then put it on your boob and then just sucks onto your boob and you collect all the milk. I doubt that I'll fill up 4 ounces of this, but whatever milk we can get, I'll take. So it comes packaged like this. It's in a little wrapping paper, and there's instructions inside. And yeah, so I'm gonna take this to the hospital with me. But that's one thing that I got, and I'm just excited to use because I really hope that it does work. Nursing, one thing I did do with Ronan was a mistake that I did was I knew I was gonna nurse, and I only got like 2-3 bras in the beginning, which I should have got like a whole bunch. I eventually did, like I ended up having like over around 10 nursing bras because, and only because, they would get wet all the time. I just had an excess flow of milk. Like, he was eating every hour and a half, every 2 hours, and it was both breast, and sometimes I'd even have to pump. So it was just a lot of milk, and I would wet little the what's it called, the Lancinol like breast milk pads, just the pads. They absorb the milk, and then I would throw them away, but they would get so wet. Like I think I got like the highest absorbency one, and I would wet them within like a couple minutes. Like it was just a lot. So I actually ended up getting nursing bras, and because I knew that I was gonna nurse, and I was like, I'm not gonna buy 2 or 3, which I ended up buying 5, and they're all the same brand, and I really like them. They're very simple. They just look like this. And I got them at Target. They were super cheap, $16.99 for one nursing bra. I thought that was amazing. And they're that very soft. I've seen sports bras like this. They're just that very soft material. I don't know. They just feel amazing. And there's no wire, but it looks kind of like there's a wire, but there isn't a wire. It's just flimsy, and it cups right under your breast, which I think is cool how they made it that way to just form under your boob. It's called the Auden Nursing Bra, and it is $16.99, and it has your regular 3 attachments in the back. And I just like that it's like a bra, like, just like any other nursing bra. You just click it out, and it has the latch. And I got it in black, mauve color, navy blue, and I had to order this one online. And this one's just like a flower print one, but it's so cute. So I just like them because they're like actual bras, and they have like the sports version ones, and I just don't really like them. The strap is kind of thick too, which is what I like. I've had like a thin strap nursing bra, and it sucked because it hurt so bad. It would imprint on my shoulder, and ugh. And as it is, like your shoulders get sore because you're always hunched forward trying to breastfeed the baby. Just a tank top, I guess. It was just a tank top. Originally it was $16.99, which is not bad, but I got it for $8, and it's a nursing tank top. So inside it just has, it has the straps, and it's like a bra, and I liked it. I was like, I'm just gonna get it just because I might need it. Cravings. I love right now. I am so obsessed with the acai bowls from Jamba Juice, or I think it's called their Pattaya bowl, and Bionicos. So if you guys have had Bionicos, I mean, you guys already know those things are so good. I'm also stuck on these cookies. These are the Marinela Pasticetas, and they're butter flavored cookies. They are so good. And they're super soft. They just break, they melt in your mouth, and they're just so good. I think at this point of my pregnancy, it's just been like, it's daunting, and I'm just so tired, and I'm grateful to be pregnant and have made it this far out, and I'm trying to enjoy every day as much as I can, but it's just so tiring, and I'm kind of at that point where I'm like, I'm ready to have this baby. I just can't wait to meet him and see his little face, and squeeze him, and sleep. And then just sleep. But I've had really bad ligament pain. Right now, what's bugging me a lot is pelvic pain. Guys, oh my gosh, I don't even know how to explain it to you guys. My pelvic pain is so bad. This is like a total rant of my pregnancy because I haven't updated you guys in like a whole year. So pelvic pain is horrible. I'm having sciatic pain. Just there's a lot of different type of pain going down all around, and back pain. So my husband's so sweet. He foot rubs and like a back massage, and it's very relaxing, but he'll do it and I'm like, oh, it feels so good. Like whenever my back is hurting or just putting pressure on there, and then the moment you stop, it's like, oh, I felt good. Oh, pain is back. And I'm just very happy in general that I've made it this far, and I feel so great besides all the pain. And I'm having Braxton Hicks frequently, like continuously, all the time, and it's like, oh my gosh. But I am also having like mini contractions and actual contractions here and there, so I'm having kind of both. Sometimes a Braxton Hicks will come and it's like, oh, this is just a Brax, and then it's like, ooh, and then the pain starts. Like I can feel it in my lower back, like my hips, where it almost feels like my hips are like shifting, which they are. I know my body's trying to get me ready for labor, and it takes my breath away. I get like winded. I'm like, oh my gosh. And it's so, some are painful, some are not. Some are just like, you know, it's just, I gotta take a break or like slow down. But then again, that's because I do a lot, and I should slow down because I'm very hard-headed and I just can't relax. I just feel like, I don't know. I think I'm nesting because I feel like I want to get everything done and I have all this energy, but I'm also very tired, which makes absolutely no sense. And he hasn't dropped, but I saw my doctor last week and they checked to see if I was dilated, and I am dilating, and it's so exciting, and I'm so nervous because, I mean, I could dilate one, and you know, then it's like I won't dilate again until I give birth or my water breaks, or I can dilate and give birth tomorrow. Like, I am starting to get itchy now, actually, so I do. Oh God, I love this oil. It smells so good. It's Province Beauty, and I got it online. It's lavender enriched with apricot oil and coconut oil. It's hair, nail, and body oil. So I literally just have my husband put some drops on my back, and he'll rub my back with this, or my feet. I rub this into my belly, and it just feels amazing. It smells so good. I love the smell of lavender. It's really relaxing to me. So before I go to sleep, if I'm just stressed out or if I'm just too tired, like I'll just rub it into my belly, and I'll just smell the aroma and just fall asleep, and it just helps. Either that or like tea tree oil. Oh, I love the smell of tea tree oil.
Really need to hop on these.
I'll just keep updating you guys from now on, and thank you for being so patient with me, and for those of you who were encouraging me to just keep uploading, thank you. I really appreciate it. So I will keep doing that, and I will see you guys soon. Okay, love you guys. Bye. So I'm gonna show you guys a quick close-up of my belly so that you guys can see how baby boy's growing. Oh my gosh. Okay, so here's a little close-up of my belly, guys. Okay, there he is. Belly button has finally popped out, but there's my belly. There's my baby. I'm just so excited to meet him, guys. Okay, and like I said, I'll put all of the bras and the haka in the description below so you guys can have a link to it, and I'll update you guys very soon. Love you guys. Bye.